And off we go.
Okay. All right, guys, I'm super excited. I think that one thing we know in this business is when you have a system, you can duplicate beyond yourself. And when you can plug people into a system, even your average busy person can be part of this and share ASEA. And so that was the intention. This team has grown like rapid fire. And it's super exciting and it's not stopping. So I looked at this and I went, all right, how do we get something in place so that everybody can just plug in, have what they need, and it's all in one hub. And the reality with social media these days, I'm smiling because Julia Treat is on here and she was part of the impetus for this. The system so far has been on Facebook. And some people just don't have access to Facebook these days. So they're not allowed on the platform. And so I went searching. And what's interesting is the top network marketer in the world, her name is Jessie Lee Ward. This is what she discovered and started utilizing on her team. And I went, all right, if this is what she has vetted, that this app is what's going to work, I got access to her board, I looked at it and I said, okay, let's make a version for our team. And so right now I'm going to share with you a video. It's going to be the welcome video that's inside of boards also. So anyone that misses this call but downloads board, they'll be able to see it. I want to share it with you and then we'll have a conversation about it. So let's cross our fingers that my screen share, yeah, it worked. Okay. All right. So, oops, no, I got whiteboard. That's not what I wanted. Hang on. Okay, Google Chrome. There we have it. All right. April, I can see you. Thumbs up. You see my face over here?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
There you go. Perfect.
Here we go.
One of you right there.
They're everywhere.
Two of me. Okay, here we go, guys. Hello, Danielle Matthews here. Let me be the first to welcome you to the ASEA family. We are so excited that you are part of Team Dragonfly. Very quickly, that name, Team Dragonfly, came from my mom, who's the leader of our team, Lynn Matthews, because dragonflies represent transformation and being a positive life force. And that is exactly what we do here at ASEA. And that is what you have aligned yourself with. And we're so grateful that you've chosen to take on this mission, be part of this, bringing this incredible technology to the world. And so much is going to transform within you as part of the process. And what I want to share with you in this video is just an orientation to the system that we have in place to help you get the word out, to help you share this at whatever level it is that you want to. All right, you have the Boards app. So once you are given that link, you download Boards and you want to open it up on your phone. And so what I'm going to do now is share with you what it looks like and very quickly how to navigate this app. So when you open up your Boards app, you're going to be inside of the ASEA Academy. When you click there, you're going to see different folders. And each of these folders has information that's going to support you in whatever phase you're in with your business. Initially, I'd say get plugged in. So go to the Zoom links and events, and you're going to see what it is that we have in place for you each and every week with team calls and Q&As we have with the doctors. That information is there. If you go into Zoom links, you literally can click in and get the direct link to log into Zoom. All right. Over time, you might be interested in physical events, things happening on the global scale, depending on where you are and what's going on with your business. But as you move through this, you're going to go over and you're going to see announcements. So this is any pertinent information. Maybe there's a promotion going on that you should be aware of. You click in there and you'll see that information. Then we move into scripts. Now, this is something that you want to sound like you. Speak from your heart about this. Just be convicted about what we have and excited. That will move people. But if you're not exactly sure how to even initiate a conversation or want some guidance, go into scripts. There's ideas on initially inviting people to take a look. You also can get ideas on following up, closing, helping people make a decision. Anytime you see that little hand with a pencil, it's an idea of something that you could say. All right, so it's again just to give you guidance and do what's comfortable for you. If you're interested in social media, this click in here, it actually walks you through exactly what to do, whether you're talking with current friends and family on social media or you're reaching out and increasing your network and meeting new people. So go ahead and take some time inside of this, wherever it makes sense for you, whatever your first step is, or wherever you are in your business. Now, this product info to share, this is really the hub of all the resources. Each of the different product lines that ASEA has to offer, there is a link tree as well as an FAQ associated with each of that. So if I were to go into ASEA, I see that there's a link tree and an FAQ. If I'm to go into ASEA Via, it's the same thing. If I click in about animals, exactly the same. If you're curious about testimonial websites, there's some information for you before you send it out. And then the 3 different places where we have testimonials housed, where you can connect people in. If you want to dive deeper, people want more facts, more information, more science. Under here are a lot of the extra resources that we have. But those first look, that's really what you want to send out initially to create curiosity and give them a basic understanding. All right, now how to order and enroll. It's going to give you information on how to do that and get people started. The usage guide, literally, it says here, number 1, send this after somebody purchases. Number 2, send this when the product arrives. And then it's all the images that are common questions. What's this detox? Maybe I haven't been feeling anything. Why not? Why does the ASEA taste like this? That information is in here. Business training, enter this and get guidance, from your upline support team and your team leader on where it is that you should start, what you need to work on yourself. Make sure you're plugged in to our team WhatsApp chat and you understand all that's here. And this is really the training hub for you. If you're curious about the compensation plan, you can click in there and get all the information that you might need, as well as seeing, what the average incomes are at different ranks, so you can set a goal for yourself. The back office, this is just to help you navigate the back office, and then other languages, this will continue to build out as our team builds out, but you can click in there and get information in other languages about ASEA. The very last one, the virtual assistant training, this might not be relevant to you. Some of our team members, they hire on a virtual assistant to take care of the back end, and so this is really just training for that assistant. All right, so now I want to show you exactly how to use this to make it click button easy to build this business. Okay, all of the information here you can access on your keyboards if you set it up correctly. So let me show you. If you go to your settings, this is obviously an iPhone, so if you're on another Android or something else, it'll look slightly different, but you want to find your app, boards, and then you want to go into keyboards. And mine are all green. You want to make sure yours are too. If they're turned off, just go ahead and turn them on, and you want to click Allow Full Access, because this is going to allow you, so if I want to text someone, I can go in here and let's say I'm going to send a text message. You can see mine's already opened up to my boards. How did I do that? Well, this little world here on the bottom left, when you click it, it changes your keyboard. And it will bring in your ASEA Academy as a keyboard. And the reason that's important is that if you want to share product information, you literally just click product info. This person's interested in ASEA. I click the first look information and I send it off. And there they have it. All right, if I want to go back, maybe they also love animals, so I go into the animals and I send them the information on animals. And each of these link trees, basically short information to give a basic understanding. Now, maybe they've just started their product, and so I'm sending them, their product just arrived, so I'm going to send this out. And then maybe I'm going to remind them about coming to the Q&A call. So I click the image. The images are a little different. They don't populate immediately. You have to literally click paste, and send it over. All right, so this is going to make it click button easy for you to send. Maybe you want to bring somebody to the team call or to the Q&A call on Saturday. So you literally click the Q&A call. It gives a little scripted information about it, the different time zones, and you can send it off so they can come join us on the Q&A. All right, so that is your business in a box. All right, navigate, have fun, play around with it, see what is there for you and all that you have in store. Make sure you get yourself plugged in, come to the team calls, come to the Q&As. We're so excited to have you as part of this amazing ASEA family. And I promise you, you will get paid in goosebumps as you start to share this with others and it starts to transform their health. And I cannot wait for you to have that feeling. And I'm so grateful that you've chosen to work with us.
Oh, Danielle.
Wow.
Listen, you've always been a rock star. But this is now you're like a super rock star. It's like a supermodel. This is incredible.
This just proves what we said last week, that we have the royal lineage, and I'm not even being funny here. We have the royal lineage of network marketing. That is our leaders. That is our upline. I mean, they're dedicated. This is like a work in progress. I remember this conversation started maybe a couple of months ago, kind of thing like that, would you say? And it was just like an idea, and it was just such a commitment to serve all of you, all of us, to make our lives easy.
She literally built that from ground zero.
Yeah, and to get, I mean,
Danielle, could you possibly put the link in the chat, because I see people are asking for it. I did have an email flyer
from our
that would be great. And as you can see, it is so user friendly. She couldn't have made it any more user friendly. And I think it's going to just help everyone streamline not only your own business, but your downline as well. So thank you so much for creating that.
Yeah, and guys, it's a work in progress in that if Jay and April have something, like you guys are on a very special team. So like, I don't even know how I started this, talking about this without making this announcement. So let's back up a minute. But guys, Jay and April just went diamond on Friday, which is a massive accomplishment. Yeah, huge round of applause. Susan, thank you for that. Guys, they did it in 4 months. They pressed go on this business March 11th of this year. And they said they wanted to be diamond by April's birthday. And April, your birthday is this
Friday.
Yeah. So they made it happen. And their sights are set now on triple diamond. And they're just, the rocket ship is going. And you all are caught up and part of all of that momentum and what's happening here. But they have such a clear vision. And you also have a lot of unique training coming from them. So if they want anything additional that is, information for you guys, we will work that out so that it's on boards and, together for your team. But I just want to say how incredibly impressed, grateful, just inspired I am by the two of you, April and Jay. It's been a pleasure to work with you.
Thank you.
And I think this is just only going to take everything and multiply it out. Now that we have an easy thing, a business in a box is what I'm calling it, because it's like that simple to go.
Thank you, Danielle. You're just
so
been
much.
amazing there. And we want the same for you. This is why we want this for you. If this is what you want for you, so we're going to meet you wherever you want to be, right? So we never want to put our values on you. We always want to make sure, and for you, it could be like, hey, we want to get the diamond in 4 months, 2 months. You know what I mean? And it could be like, hey, I just need to pay for this stuff. You know what I mean? Whatever that is for you, let us know so we can have a workaround and go there again. So we're the more we know, the more strategic we are in your planning, the more we can get this done. I will tell you, like I've gotten the privilege to spend time with several of you, and we started last week. What we talked about, Carla did it, Christy did it. And they're really starting to get the momentum. And what I mean by they did it was we co-interviewed with them. And I want to extend this out for those of you watching for the first time here. If this is on your radar and you want to move along in the business here, is that you can host and interview someone like Danielle, one of the ASEA experts on there. April or myself, one of us will take turns co-hosting with you. So you know that we got your back, right? So you can comfortable, you'll be able to cruise to that rhythm. You'll be able to put yourself in the driver's seat. So when your base of people, if you were to watch, and you can literally say, like, and again, it gets back to being able to say, look, you know what? I don't know how many times I can send a third-party interview out there. Maybe you can send an interview of yourself, and you can say, look, hey, this is Charlotte, and look, I interviewed Danielle Matthews on the science of redox here, and it's about Charlotte. So you send that to your base. Now your base is going to be much more interested and much more open to wanting to, really hear what you're saying. And again, remember this,
There's something else that Christy did that I thought was phenomenal. What she did was, first of all, we're not referring to it as an interview. We're considering these events. These are special events that you each are coordinating for your team, your potentials, your friends, people that you think would be interested in it, so forth and so on. And she invited a few of her, I think they were friends, I'm not really sure, people that purchased the products, but they also wanted to share their testimonials. And she brought them on her event. So the event was Christy, me, Danielle, and was there 3 or 4 of the testimonials, 3 testimonials, and it was great. And first of all, because you got to hear everybody's experience, and they were very vast, and each person had a different story, which was great. And it actually went a step further because they didn't even realize what was transpiring when they were sharing their story on this event, which was posted on 2 YouTube channels and 4 Facebook channels. They were already off and running. They already were literally putting their feet in the business side of that pool without really even realizing it. Because once they did the testimonial, and once anyone really does what they did, they originally went in because they love Christine, they wanted to help her out, but the reality of it was they realized I can do this too. I just gave a great testimonial. You know, my feathers are nice and ruffled up now. I feel good about myself. It went really well. It boosted their confidence and they're like, yeah, I think I'd like to do this too. So it really served multiple purposes and it just went really, really well.
So, and again, we got to do it this way because this is such ground floor technology that we have to do it in a way where it's not like another product, okay? Because I think we're all starting to experience that this is activating that God molecule within us. And so that's just a really interesting thing to try to explain to people when you say it in that terms. I mean, there's so much going on here. There's, hey, we got groundbreaking technology in a blue bottle. We're activating this thing. We're getting younger. I mean, when you start saying all these, what are, you know, what it on the surface seem like whatever, right? I mean, they seem like crazy things and crazy bold statements to say. The thing about it is, for so many of us, it's true. Okay, these are really true statements. So the only way to really do this is going to be this grassroots outreach that we're doing right now. Okay, and that's by, again, and this is called the pre-approach process. I want to talk about this, and then I want to get into some effective enrollment strategies with you too. So when you're talking to people today, and as you go through the days, but the pre-approach is going to be this again. Without you feeling like you're having to sell, this is where we feel like, we're just trying to teach you our strategy here, okay? And so we know a lot of you don't have YouTube channels, so what? We feel like with this particular strategy, we've removed that out of the way for you.
Because you're using our channels.
You're using our channel. It'll just be you and your influence. So remember, again, just to revisit from last week, and we want to drive this home. If it's important to you, it'll be important to us, and we'll be right there with you. You just invite your base over to a video. One of us, if you like, will co-host with you, and and if you don't like, we'll find someone else for you. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. But we'll co-host with you and help you just make sure that we moderate that conversation well, to help you get the message out about that. Then the result, should we do it in that fashion, when you invite your people, should be similar to like what we're experiencing, which is people are now contacting you back and saying, hey, how do I get started in what you got? How do I buy that? How do I do this? Okay, so I want you to think in terms of this, because we're in a different era right now, 2022, and we got to be real strategic about this, and we got to be smart about it. Okay, really, it's good if we use the internet in addition to this. But again, so in a nutshell, before we move on to enrollment strategies, I want to throw this back out there to you. The invitation, several of you have already done. As a matter of fact, Christy, if you don't mind me saying this. When I say you don't mind saying it, means I'm already going to say it anyway. So it's kind of like I've already kind of said it. But Christy, after her event and after this, Christy's already lined up for us to have a business event for her. So like right when we go from here, because of the event that she did with April,
just a few days ago, we are having this event like what we're doing right now, or this conversation right now. Then we're going to be talking to her team about the business strategy, very specific, very private. Okay, we're helping. We're here to help, because this is what needs to happen. It's not a let's pump you up about this business opportunity play. It's not about this hey, make $20 million working part-time. It's not about that. It's about helping people. What Dr. David says so well, it's about helping people live younger, longer, have a much better existence in this life. Okay, and then when you raise your vibrations at that level, we're all going to feel good. None of the stuff comes around. Okay, so it's just, again, it takes grassroots. We're almost like our own little movement here. Okay, so hopefully we'll watch the movement get bigger and bigger. So I want to keep you open to that. I really encourage you. Just again, you don't know what you don't know. We're on calls with Danielle pretty much every morning at 8:30. And because we don't know what we don't know, we encourage you to utilize the same thing. And I say this, and I watch this. I've been watching this with forever in different sales organizations. So often, listen, it is what it is, and I get you. We try to figure this stuff out on our own. Just it's such a danger zone. Don't do that. I mean, why would you do that when you have someone that'll walk you through, sit there? We've already told you in that initial phase, if you've got people that you need help with, one of us will enroll with you. We'll sit there with you and we'll do the heavy lifting for you till you get in your groove with it. But again, a lot of people still try to figure it out and do it yourself, and you do this and it's like this, and then you don't really kind of go anywhere.
We're, again, our whole thing is like the first thing we're looking at, and we had a meeting with Danielle and Dr. David on Sunday, a planning strategy, and we thought about that. We're like, what a privilege that is. These people are successful. These people know the business very well. So why wouldn't you want to do that? And I just want to encourage you to have that kind of open-mindedness as you start to look at this. Let it go. Be a sponge for a minute. Give yourself 90 days to not try it your way, is all I'm saying. 90 days to not try it your way.
90 days to get out of your own way.
Get out of your own way. We did it, and it's the best move we ever did by not getting out of our own way. We actually got out of our own residence and there was somewhere else. Seriously, we literally had to get out of our own way. So do the same thing for yourself if you want to feel like, hey, if you want to feel like, you want to give this a real proper go. Because I promise you this, and I can share this from experience because I've been working strategically with, in my opinion, the best of the best of any type of network marketing or any type of sales organization. It'll work. So do yourself a favor in a nutshell before we get into the enrollment technique training, and I'm going to get to some questions here, is that don't try to figure it out yourself. You will be so much better if you don't. Figure out, get a partner, and the partner can be either myself, it could be April, it could be Danielle, it could be whatever, someone in your upline that you can go ahead and work with, and we'll help you through those strategies. Okay, so are you all feeling me on that one? If you're good and giving that a try, okay, so that's good from the business side. If you want to do this as a business, if you're one of those that says, look, I just simply want this stuff paid for. I know I'm going to use this for the rest of my life. All I want to do is get it paid for. I'm not interested in making $20 million on this thing. Just pay for my shipment. That's fine. Let's talk about that. There's very specific ways, very specific strategies that we do. We don't need to get into a full-blown thing, but we can help you there also. Okay, show you exactly what you need to do. So when you're taking that ASEA, you're embracing the 5D aspect of it, which means you're taking this God molecule and you're not paying for it. You know what I mean? So just get me on that. Okay, so really use your resources. We learned to do it. The best move we've ever made. Am I missing anything on that?
No.
All right, cool. Christy.
I was just actually simply going to say that I have about 50 people on my YouTube channel. So I'm about 2/3 of that way with people in ASEA. So yes, what you're saying is absolutely true about not having or having a YouTube channel. But mostly, I just want to encourage everybody because I have never done sales. They scare me immensely, as you know, because Jay's had to knock me over the head a few times. And April often has everything I've said has, okay, well, maybe I'll look at doing that next week. And they would say, no, this week. And so I just want to say, as scary as some of it can seem, and it'll feel like, you're jumping in, everything Jay and April are offering and guiding us with is a pure gift. And I say, jump on it and try it and figure it out for yourself because it really works.
God bless you. Thank you for that, Christy. Thanks for that. So remember, we'll meet you where you're at, okay? So again, we're never going to put our values on you. Just because we want something doesn't mean you want something, and we respect that, okay? So just tell us where you're at is all we need to know, and then we can go from there. All right, so I'm going to boogie into enrollment training. So does anybody want to role play here with me and want to kind of give me a go who's done this before? Okay, everybody goes out. All the screens went.
Jade wants to. Jade raised her hand. She's in.
Hey, Jade, how you doing? All right, Jade, have you ever tried enrolling anybody on this before?
Not on this, but I mean, I've had I know it's not sales, but I've had 12, 15 years of sales or something.
All right, well, we're going to go through it. I'm just going to share with you some of my techniques, which I use. I'm not going to go through a full-blown sales thing, but I'm going to go through some of my techniques so you can get the language down should you be out with somebody, okay? So Danielle, can I get your assistance with sharing that screen of any of one of our sites, like somebody's site, so I can, because I'll need you to
And I'm
drop.
going to be typing too, so if I'm not it doesn't look like I'm looking, I'm just typing.
I got you. Well, I want to get the benefit. I'll use you as the model, so I'm talking to you, but so we can kind of get an idea of what it is. So I will need to.
Danielle's like the chauffeur.
Yeah, Danielle's going to need to drive this. You see, where there's a will, right? You can always make anything happen.
Cool. So you're logging onto your thing.
So I'm logging onto my thing. Okay, so here's what I'm doing. So now this is where it's just so important. This is where the magic happens. We've already talked about the pre-approach, which is where you are doing whatever with any one of us and customers start calling you in. Now, the next thing is this, is they ask for an appointment, okay? They say, I want to know more about this. This is where you really, really, really got to make sure you maximize your energy. This is critical right here. Okay, so when people contact us, the first thing we do, and we'll provide this for you if you don't have it already, there's a video that they watched which initiated this call, right? So someone watched a video which said, I want to do this, which is what I want to look at the site for. The first thing we do is we send them an 8-minute video that Dr. David did, okay, which shows that it says something along the lines of how to use ASEA or something like that. So we don't even talk to anybody or even have that presentation until that, because here's what happens. People will say to us, they've watched the video and they'll say something like this, can you tell me more about this? What do you want me, what else? I mean, it's like, you see what I mean? So it's like, watch the video is always my response. Okay, and I'll kind of want you to get there, because what'll happen is this: if you don't do this, you will get
You're
into
gonna get sucked right
representing
down.
every single time. And I want you to imagine the energy and time that you put into putting a show on. I want you to imagine if you had 5 people that you talk to in a day, doing that 5 times that day. That's just going to drain the life out of you.
Absolutely.
So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure, you want to be so crystal clear. It's called pre-framing. Okay, this is critical, guys and girls. Is that it's called pre-framing, which means you set up everything on the front end before they even get to this blue page here that you're looking at right now. Okay, that's a video. That could be a video of what they watch. Always ask them. I always ask everybody. I said, number one, I always ask them, which video did you watch? Okay, so I know in context, what did they watch? Did they watch it with Danielle? Did they watch an animal specialist? Did they watch whatever? I don't know. So at least I know what they watched. Then I send them the video. So that's always in there. So now I know, for the most part, when I get to the site, all I got to do is show them the packages. Do you all see what I'm saying here? So it's called pre-framing. Okay, this is so critical. Pre-framing will save your energy. It'll boost up your business, if again that's what you're wanting to do. But again, the more someone knows on the front end, the better off it is. So for example, when you walk into McDonald's, you know you're going to buy value package A, B, C, D, or E, or F, right? You already kind of know. That's called pre-framing. They've done that for you. So when you walk into that place, we want to do the same thing here. Or again, otherwise you're going to present, which will drain the life out of you, and you won't go anywhere with this. You'll get burned out, and you'll get burned out. Okay, so now they're pre-framed. Okay, Jade. So
Yeah, so they watched the video on YouTube, they asked for the appointment. I'm just like saying it back to you. So
yeah, please do. It's great.
So they watched the video, I'm with April, or I'm with you. They're like, this is an amazing thing. I want to jump in, give me this source code liquid of amazingness. And then they get the appointment. Then I say, which video did you watch? And they let me know what video, if it was with you or with April or Danielle or animal specialist. And then, so I know, okay, cool, this is what package I'm going to show them. Is that what you're saying?
So
Not necessarily.
not necessarily, but
Okay.
damn close, really
Yeah.
damn close. Because I don't really so much get into the package yet, because I'm going to show
Not
you.
yet. Okay. No, I'm just moving that.
I don't want to go. I don't want to.
Basically, you just are confirming that you're here because you watched the video or videos, and I'm not starting this conversation from scratch.
Yes.
If they say, no, I haven't had a chance to watch the videos yet, your call is done.
Yeah.
You need to say, okay, no worries. Listen, I'm gonna text you the videos again. Just take an hour. Text me back when you're finished the videos, and then we'll go through the enrollment process. You have got to cut the call off, because people will try. They will do everything to drag you down, and we'll just answer this question, that question, and you're gonna, you're 45 minutes into it, and your head's
And you haven't even got to the blue page yet.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That happens so often. So just be very, very careful about that. Think in terms of this. Always remember pre-framing. What did I do? Meaning, what did you do on the front end before you had that appointment that already got them to a point of saying, I pretty much got a good indicator I want to buy this. I just need someone to help walk me through the details and figure out what I can afford or whatever. That's really what you're getting into at that point. Am I doing
Like how we all called you and we knew we already wanted it.
That's 100%, 100%.
Exactly.
And that was called the pre-framing that we did there. And again, we do this to save your life now. Am I doing okay, everybody explaining that? Okay, just any questions along the way, put your virtual hands on and I'll repeat whatever or if you get any input. So now, Jade, what I'm doing is then I say, okay, Jade, well, thanks a lot. So what I'm going to do, Jade, what is your email or you're on text? Okay.
Cool. Okay.
So then I text her this link. Okay. I text her this link. Then I want you to know how intricate this is where we go. So please take some notes on this. It'll take you to another level. And again, if that's what you want to do, then I say, are you on a phone? I want to validate. So not only am I about to send a link to her, I want to validate what is she going to be using? Is it going to be a computer? Is it going to be an iPhone? Is it going to be an iMac? I want to know what kind of technology she's going to be using, because if I'm on a laptop and she's on an iPhone, we're having a very different experience looking at it together. Okay, so just feel me on this, because I've been through this experience and I can tell you it gets bumpy if you're on two different, or if you don't know what the other person's on. Okay, it can get bumpy there. So now that I know she's on an iPhone, for lack of a better term, okay, I'm going to send her the link. Then the first thing I'm going to do is she opens the link. I'm going to ask her this: Jade, can you tell me what the link says?
Cool.
So what am I asking her? Can anybody tell me what I'm asking her? What I'm trying to find out from her?
Basically, you're making sure that it says your business link dot ASEA.
Got it. I want to know. I want to make sure that she's on my business link. You want to make sure. You have to ask these questions. They're
And
critical.
you also want to encourage people, especially if they're older, to not do it on the telephone, on the cell phone. It's going to make the experience worse when someone is on an iPhone or a cell phone. It's going to run through so much easier and quicker when they are on a computer, especially if you're dealing with a senior.
So
Can I just add to that then? We could also say that when they make the appointment, we could just confirm, make sure you have your computer open.
100%, 100%. Do as much of this on the front end as you can possible to make everybody's life easy. Again, just forgive me on this. ASEA gods, they just don't have the best technology right now to make this easy, but it is what it is. So we have to work with what it is. Now I'm here now. So now we've gotten past that. Jade understands that she's on Spiritually Raw. Jade understands we're looking at it on the same thing together. Now from there, I'm going to say, okay, Jade, can you click on the join here button? And what I'm saying to Jade is this: Jade, I'm going to show you, you watched the video. So I'm going to show you exactly the experience of what that video is. So you know what you're looking at. So you've ordered the exact same thing that you watched on that video. So I'm going to show you what you watched on that video, Jade, is what I'm saying. Okay. So I'm telling Jade called for a reason. Jade saw an experience on a video. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take her to the experience she watched, because that's what that's what she's interested in, right? So that's what we're doing there. So she clicks on join here. Danielle, can you help me with the join here?
I'm taking notes and putting it in boards right now. So I'm like,
I'm literally doing this. I'm like, I could just copy and paste this for you guys.
yeah, guys, this is going to be in boards under the, anyway, it's going to be there for you.
Yay. Thanks, Danielle.
Mhm.
All right, so now we're here. So I'm asking Jade again to verify what she's looking at. Okay, every step of the way I'm asking her to verify what she's looking at. I'm going to tell Jade, I'm going to say, Jade, look, you know what? Here's what I say. I say, go ahead and click on where it says ASEA Associate. It says welcome kit, and next to that it says enroll. The reason I'm having you click on ASEA Associate is because that's the experience I did. That's what you watched, and in my opinion, that's what's going to give you the best savings. And also, too, should you choose you want to share it, then you'll be able to get free stuff and you could potentially get paid. We'll get there should you feel like this is something on your radar. The first thing is for you to try the product and get the experience.
Do you have that in a script that you could copy and paste into notes, into the chat? I like what you just said. You say it so many times that it comes off like the top of your head. So I'm just like asking for us who want to say it the first time.
Well,
Actually, no, we don't.
yeah, I kind of go, yeah, but I mean, again, I just kind of go off because okay, so here's where I go with it. I go very conversational. This is just me. I just talk like I'm talking,
Oh, I see.
like I'm talking to April. You know what I mean? It's like the same thing. I don't really, it's like there's no presentation. It's a conversation.
I see. Okay.
And I'm not like giving a pitch. It's like it's
You always
Yeah.
want to pretend every potential customer is your mother or your grandmother.
Of course, yeah. That's how I speak to my clients. I coach female
There
entrepreneurs.
you go, exactly. You have to talk to every single solitary person like you're talking to your mother or your grandmother.
And it's not because they're not smart. They're smart. I just like to I'm like, you have to go to the top left of your screen and go down. Yeah.
Exactly. And you wouldn't talk to your mother or your grandmother in like these crazy, like, analytical, very stiff type of way. You would talk to them like Jade, like normal, like you're having a cup of coffee with your girlfriend.
right.
That's the same energy. Remember, this is all energy. That is it. The only difference between us and you guys is the energy, the experience. We have a little bit more on the sales side, and that's why the energy, it seems like it flows so much easier. It's just a little bit of a more of an experience. But when you just speak from your heart, like you're talking to your mother, your grandmother, or your best friend, this is going to be so easy for you. Get out of the thing in your head where you feel like everything has to be like so corporate, like so presentation, like that. People hate that.
Yeah, no.
It turns them off.
So we really try to eliminate scripts, if you would, because your people.
I see.
While you talk, you know what I mean?
So can I just like play it back to you? So basically, okay, show me what you see. Click on the associate. I'm just saying, I wouldn't say
Bring it back. This is great.
click it. So you would choose the ASEA associate because that's what I did. And that's the one I love. And it would be good because should you decide to, do what I'm doing, then obviously I can show you when that time comes, I could walk you through that. But click on that because you'll get the best savings. And then we're on this page now.
Then we're on this page, and that's it.
Okay.
That's it. That is it. And you're relaxed. You're having a nice conversation. You're not stressed. You're not making them feel stressed.
Right.
So Jade, what you watched on the video was an example of us taking 2 4-ounce shots twice a day. Okay, we called it the Magic 8, right? Then what that means to you is that your initial order needs to be a minimum, or should be based on the experience you watched, should be at least 8 bottles a month. And we recommend 8 bottles for that first 3 months at least, to really get the experience. And then from there, if you want to scale it down, do so. You'll find your sweet spot, if you would. So the way these packages are there's a personal pack, family redox pack, and entrepreneur pack. The entrepreneur pack, now this is where I work backwards. Okay, so now I'll start off with the entrepreneur pack. The entrepreneur pack, based on the 3 months, is pretty much built in for 3 months already for you. Okay, and gives you a ton of the gel, which is that anti-aging and the facelift from the heavens effect. The family redox pack gives you 2 months, okay, of that experience that we're looking for, and the personal redox pack gives you 1 month, not even 1 month, a half a month. You'll want to add another case to that, so you have 8 bottles. So the question really is 3 months, 2 months, or 1 month, and ASEA is giving you and I'm talking to it, okay, so ASEA is just giving you as an associate the availability to be able to just purchase these packages one time. Okay, so you can just decide which one you want. Okay, you can only buy these once. Okay, you can't come back in the next month and say, okay, I want another family redox pack, or I want another entrepreneur pack. They're only going to let you buy it that one time when you start your initial enrollment. So you pick the one that you want.
And then the reason they're picking the one that they want is because it's the auto renew, like you took us through after.
Right.
Is that why?
So what I'm trying to stress to them is like, whatever these packages are here, just make sure you know what the hell you want, because it's not going to be available when you go back in to get it again. Okay, Danielle, I'm saying that right?
For clarity, the savings aren't. So like you get 6 extra sample tubes at personal level. You get 12 extra sample tubes. Like when you click in here, it says 12 extra sample tubes, 50 loyalty points, and you start at 10% back. That stuff's only available today. And then entrepreneur pack, when you click in, you see 25 sample tubes. They don't pay the $40. This is actually $200 of free product, like
Cool.
a lot of
Yeah.
free stuff that they get access to today.
Thank you. And I hope that other people on here too, our ASEA family has this question, but like, for instance, like my auto pack just happened. So you're saying like, if I were to go change something, Janie would help me change it, but I obviously wouldn't have the same savings because I wouldn't get those things for free. Is that clearly what you just said?
Yeah, you can have access to the blue and the white on your subscription, which is the next page, but you don't have like the freebies that are coming.
I see. Perfect. Thank you.
So this is a one-time availability when you do a roll, okay? And then from there, you'll always, and I tell them, I say, you always get the wholesale pricing, you just won't get a bundle like this, is what you won't have, okay? So,
One-time only bundles.
one-time only bundle. So then from there, I'll just say, Jade, go ahead and pick the one that you're attracted to. And let me take you through the enrollment process, and that's it.
Cool.
Jade picks on Family Redox, and then she'll click on that, or whatever she clicks on. And then I'll ask her, what did you click on? So I know how to guide her. Add to cart. You're gonna see additional product. If you want anything, that's the time to get it. Okay, pick what you want, hit next. And make sure you add the subscription on this, because that's gonna be where you can earn the loyalty points. So you wanna have a subscription in place. So when you do earn loyalty points, or people do buy from you and you get free stuff, you'll need to have that in place. Okay, and you can turn it off and turn it on at any time, or view, edit, or delete it, okay? Then hit next.
I didn't add anything. So how do you tell them what to do here? What do you suggest? Like if they got, for example,
Oh.
Jay, if like the entrepreneur pack and they're like, well, I just bought 3 months. Like, how do you handle well, what would I buy?
It's a great question.
So basically I tell them what they're attracted to. I said, what are you attracted to the most? And a lot of them are like the blue. I said, go ahead and put it on the blue. So basically what I'm doing right now is I'm asking them to say, go ahead and pick the blue or the white gel, whichever one you think you're going to use more of. If you feel as we get closer to that date, you need to change it, delete it, then we'll adjust it at that time. So add something, because it's either going to be.
One thing that I've done, if it's helpful, I'll tell people that get the entrepreneur pack to get the pouches next month, because it's a different way to use the same product, and then they don't get angry that they've just bought more, in month 2, because it's something a little different, that this is like on the go. So that's usually what I recommend. Jay, I don't know if you've done that too, but here in the US, with the pouches, you don't.
The other thing I've done is because a lot of people use the gels, Danielle, is they'll buy 4 gels. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, because if you're doing the family pack, you're not getting any big gels. So
Right. So
family
they're not
pack,
gonna
that's
do
good.
gels, so I usually have them do that if they're not doing that. So it's usually one of those two, and it's their choice,
Right, we'll do 4 gels because I did the family pack.
part. Okay, and then I say, now you got that set up. So what this means to you, Jade, is that on August 20th, unless you view, edit, or delete it, they're gonna send this out to you, okay? So if you want to change anything, make sure you do it before that date. Okay, so I'm telling them that, go ahead and hit next, and you should be on a personal information page, and boom, that's where I flip it over to Janie. And that's how I got from there. And that's what we kind of do is and that's where all that information goes in at this point in time, really do. But that's just really the simplicity. I mean, if in 10 minutes, we kind of went through that. Okay. And I know a lot of you have been on the call with me already on this. So at about 10, 15 minutes, you know how long it took. It just didn't take that long at all. And that's all it is just revisiting what you got, what we're there for, what you want, and then, how much of it you want. That's all it is.
Okay.
Y'all good?
Cool. Yeah. So based on the show that you just saw, I've been doing the 2 4-shots, the 2 4-ounce shots twice a day, which is going to be approximately 8 bottles a month. But really the best way, and I'm going to share this with you, that could benefit you if you really know that you want to use this, is you could you could do the entrepreneur pack, which is basically like 3 months. And that would give you the most savings. And then if you wanted to, like based on where you're at, then if you felt like you want to do the family pack, that would be 2 months. And then like basically hear what they're saying and then say, well, this one would also be what's the one for the 1 month?
It's called a personal pack, but they want
Personal pack.
to add 1 case to that so they can have 8.
Right. So the personal pack would be to add the case to that, which is the subscription, which you said. Okay, great.
And then as an additional product, because they'll need to buy an additional 4 bottles.
As the additional product for your first month.
Yes.
And then say somebody like myself who's like, I want the 8 bottles for the next month, then I would just come back on with them and then help switch that in their subscription area.
Yeah, if you want, or they can do it themselves. All they have to do is go to, and again, I'm not, Danielle's driving on this one, but is that they just have to go to manage subscription. And
Manage subscription.
view, edit, or delete it. So when
Yeah.
they log in, there's
Okay.
something that says manage subscription there. But what I'm trying to get is the presentation, it just needs to be a conversation is all.
Yeah.
There's no presentation. And
Right,
that's-
it's not. And I guess the thing is like, for those of us who, speak on different topics for our business, I'm guessing everybody here has a lot of like the spiritual base and the holistic healing base. Mine is like uber savvy business, which is your highest consciousness, bring your like ultimate good for the high, your highest good to the highest number. That's like what uber savvy means. And I coach on business. So I'm just curious, like how I'll talk to you about this later, but I would just want to know like how to incorporate, like weave this in, because my webinars are always about like business stuff. Even though I used to do makeup and skincare, I mean, I guess I could find my peeps, like the Fountain of Youth webinar or something like that.
You know what? It could be as simple as the people that are on your stream.
Thanks, Danielle.
How it could be as simple as making their lives more energetic, making their connection to source even higher, making that business mind sharper, fine-tuning all of their skills, because that's really what this ASEA does. It makes your mind so crystal clear, and it raises your level of performance to optimal levels. So you could definitely go that way. You could easily incorporate, like personally, anyone that's in the spiritual realm of any, if they're a coach, if they're an intuitive, a psychic, a healer, anything that falls into that realm. If you're not on this product, it's not going to be before long that your competitor will be. And your competitor is going to be better, sharper, faster, smarter, and they're going to be more in tune. They're going to be more intuitive. They're going to have a higher connection to source because all of their cells are being rejuvenated. And
I love that. That's beautiful. Yeah.
So that'll work.
I mean, we interview thousands of, we interview a lot of psychics and everything. We tell them up front, we're like, look, you know what? In today's world, you gotta have discernment.
I love it. Yeah. Well, my base is spiritually creative.
Yeah.
I coach spiritual and creative female entrepreneurs. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Any better.
I know that if I'm sharing this, they're just gonna be like, oh my God,
Right. Like, why didn't you tell me about this? Why didn't you tell me about this sooner?
Here's what we
I just found out myself. That's why.
You know what we find out over and over again is that, and we're seeing this, I mean, because we're in it pretty deep at this point, but we're finding out over and over again, this is where we want to really help you with the apprehension or any type of trying to get out of your own way. It's like people will call up and they'll be like, okay, I'm finally ready to talk to that person. They call that person's so excited and says, I'm so glad you're selling this, but I just bought from someone else last week.
Mm-hmm.
Happens over and over and over again. Got ahead of the curve. There's a lot of outreach on this one is what I'm saying to you. So don't be afraid. Be very natural about these conversations, because I assure you this, if they don't buy from you, they absolutely will be buying from someone else.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. That was really fun.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks for playing along.
I would just say too, Jade, you should set a time with Jay, because he's been doing some business talks with Dr. Silverman. And I think for your group, that angle would be very powerful of like, look, you're smart business people. Let's have a conversation about this business model and why it's a no-brainer.
That's brilliant. I love that.
So we'll set up some time. Stan, I know you had, buddy, out there, you had a question.
I just wanted to tell Jade real quick that April and Jay have done this like 1,000 times, so it comes very easy for them to do it. I mean, he just walked this old pole out through it a couple of weeks ago, and I got another order. So I mean, they do this blindfolded, but they make it seem real easy to do, but it really is pretty easy once you've gone through the screen a couple of times. So
thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. And again, remember, it's just speaking from your heart, helping people a better life. You know, I mean, who doesn't want that? I mean, just think about it in terms of just sending someone to a restaurant that you just went at. That was freaking amazing. Go and check it out and leave it at that. Don't make it any more than that. That kind of experience. You know what I mean? So try to wrap your heads around this if you would. And the part that's eternally always the problem is always within ourselves usually. Is just try to break that, get out of your own way kind of thing. You'll get there. And then, just keep us on, when you're ready to schedule, and we'd like to schedule some times with you all, and we'll reach out with us one-on-one or do these shows with you to help you get through. So how are we doing? Okay, we good? Yeah, we're all good. All right. Wow, we're doing good.
That was awesome. I love that.
Oh, great. Thank you so much. The more relaxed you are, again, remember, it's all energy. if you are speaking to someone on the phone and they feel that you are anxious or stressed or pushy or unauthentic, that's all gonna go right through and it's gonna go right to them and they're gonna be like, I'm gonna back up on this one. The more that you just are yourself, the more that you just speak from your heart. And if you like stumble or whatever, you're
Don't worry about
human.
it.
Don't
Yeah.
even make a joke about it. It's totally fine. And then they realize that you're like, okay, this is like a normal person I'm talking
exactly.
to.
Like I'm all day long, I'm like, because I work with Janie Lynn a lot and a lot of you know her. And I'll tell people, I'm like, I just absolutely don't know the answer to that. I said, I need to call someone, I need some help with it. I never try to figure it out or try to do it. If I don't know, I just don't know. You know what I mean? I said, let me reach out to help on this one. I'll go as far as I know, which is generally step 5. And then I'll tag out and like as far as I want to go. You know?
I mean,
'Cause it
just
is-
look at it from this perspective. Jane and I, we've only really been offering this, we've been taking it for like 7 months, but only been sharing it for about 4 months. And we still always have Danielle or Dr. David
Yeah.
or somebody that knows a hell of a lot more than we know on our shows because we don't know all
We don't
of
know
it
what
at
we don't
all.
know. Yeah.
So we still in essence have training wheels on, right? I'm not ready to take those Danielle or Dr. David training wheels off yet. I'm not at that point where I can feel comfortable to talk about the biology side of it. But I can share all day long my personal experiences.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I just have well, first, happy birthday, April. I'm a July baby too, so happy birthday to you. And congrats to you both for doing Diamond. My next question is beneficial, hopefully, to all of us, is congrats on the Diamond. And this is something we could build to. How many people are on your, I want to say your list, because there's so many of us already subscribed to you. So how many people would you say are on your list? And that's something that like we could grow to. Do you know what I mean?
It's not numbers, it's technique. It's
Okay.
so I want to share this with you because we're working on about 10% of what we had because we got a lot of stuff deleted because of the censorship stuff last year. So literally, so don't worry about like
Everything
how
that we
much
have
do I
now
know?
is
I mean,
just
yeah.
been rebuilt.
Yeah, it's
in
not.
the past year.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we got momentum. I don't want to be
Yeah.
make you feel naive about it. Of course, that's why I'm inviting you to do shows with us on there. But don't get caught up in like, oh, because we work with people that have 20 times the list we have, and they don't have the conversions we have either.
And then what,
You know?
what did Christy just say? She has 50 people, I think you said,
25, half of them.
on your YouTube channel. And she just had a killer knocked out event the other day.
Yeah.
And,
So
and from that event, right after this show, her and Jay are hosting Christy's business side of it from the event the other day.
yeah. So
And remember, you're utilizing our channels. So
So
it
that'll help
doesn't
you too.
matter if you have a YouTube channel or not, that's irrelevant. You're utilizing our stuff, our social media that we've already have built in place.
yeah, you guys got this. It'll be good. We're here to help you wherever you want us to meet you at. Just let us know. I mean, again, we'll never put our values on you, but you know, we do want to help you. So, all right, I'm off to Christy's event. And hopefully next week I'll say this about one of you two that, you know, we got something else going on. So thank you very much for hanging out with us as you always do, everybody. Much love to you. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Thank you all.
Thank you. And thank you, Danielle.